Okay, I hope you've already watched the video that kind of explained anticipation as looking forward to events that have not yet occurred. And if so, we use the subjunctive immediately after these adverbs of anticipation. Cuando, hasta que, tan pronto como, antes de que, even después de que is not listed, but these do not follow the rules of the que bridge. Instead, right after these adverbs, if you're anticipating a specific event, then you will use the subjunctive. My parents are going to buy me a car when I turn 18. I'm not 18 yet, but when I turn 18, there it is. Or call me when you get home. You're going to get home, so when you do, then call me. Cuando llegues a casa. Otherwise, use whatever tenses you've always used. The present, the preterite, the imperfect, the indicative, in other words. It was night when it started to rain. That's referring to the past. I can't anticipate the past. So anticipation does not happen with the past subjunctive. If you see past, don't choose subjunctive. And no me gusta cuando llueve. I don't like it when it rains. That's a present timing, but it's present indicative, not present subjunctive, because it's just a generality. I'm not expecting a particular time when it rains. Now, if I said it's going to rain, and when it rains, then you're going to be sorry that you didn't bring your umbrella. That would be a different scenario here, but this is just a generality. So we're going to now do a homework together, and I've color-coded so that you don't get confused. The green here is past tense. We already know that we're really only talking about present subjunctive here. Everything on the red is present subjunctive, but on the left I have some black, which is present indicative, and some green, which is preterite here. And I want you to look at it and try to pause the video. It'll stop and you'll have to choose an answer, and then you'll see if you're right. So we're doing the worksheet together. First sentence, I want to be an architect when I graduate. Quiero ser arquitecto cuando me gradúe. That anticipates a particular upcoming thing. So, number 2. Estaba lloviendo cuando salí de la casa. Because it was raining when I left. So those are past there. It was raining tells me I need past tense when I left the house. Number 3. This here means I will tell my mother it. That's a little bit of a tricky phrase there, but I will tell it to her when, and I'll let you take it from there. Se lo diré a mi madre cuando llegue a casa. I will tell my mother when she gets home. She's not home yet, but when she gets home. This is future tense if you're forgetting. ¿Qué harás is what will you do with the money when you win the lottery? ¿Qué harás con el dinero cuando ganes la lotería? I'm anticipating it. Now I know it's probably improbable, but it's still anticipating. When you win, what are you going to do with the money? Las calles, the streets are slippery when it snows. A general statement. Sort of gave it away, but las calles están resbalosas cuando nieva. ¿Qué piensas hacer cuando cumplas los 21 años? Las cosas se ponen difíciles cuando no tienes dinero suficiente. Things get hard when you don't have enough money. That's a general statement. I'm not anticipating a specific event. This is just a generality. It was hard for me when we moved to Florida. Fue difícil para mí cuando nos mudamos a Florida. Past tense. And it will be difficult for me when we move again in July. Será difícil otra vez para mí cuando nos mudemos otra vez en julio, anticipating. This is future tense here. Number 10, I will keep working until Claudia arrives home. Seguiré trabajando hasta que Claudia llegue a casa. We kept playing until it started to rain. Seguimos trabajando hasta que empezó a llover. Call me as soon as you know more information. Llámame tan pronto como sepas más información. I really could, honestly, this is a by the way, you could insert the word cuando there, and it would make sense. Call me when you know more information. I've just chosen to use as soon as a way to really emphasize the urgency. So those are sort of synonymous. Toqué mi guitarra hasta que ella llegó a casa. I know it's past tense because this was past tense. Hopefully you knew that. I'll stay here until you call me. Me quedo aquí hasta que tú me llames. Before you get married, look well what you're doing. This is a proverb in Spanish. Antes de que te cases, mira lo que haces. The rhyme almost gives it away. Let's kind of look before you leap. It's an expression in Spanish that means, think twice before you make a major decision which could have long-term consequences, good or bad, whatever. I guess think before you do something major. Llámame antes de... Oh, I threw you off on this one. Let's explain this one. Call me before... I took out the K. This is a tricky one, but this one, if you use de, there's a rule in Spanish. After de, always use the infinitive. So actually none of these are right. Antes de salir, if you leave it as it is, if there's no K, I need to use salir here. I think this is a typo. Otherwise, if you say antes de que salgas would be the right answer. So none of it was correct as it was, but antes de salir or antes de que salgas, they're both acceptable. Llámame antes de que te vayas. Antes de que te vayas. Okay, well, I hope that helped you. And just reviewing what some of this looks like from the news. Let me pull up the correct one here. If you haven't seen the video with these in the news, here are some examples of, first of all, cuando. What do you want to be when you grow up or when you're big? ¿Qué quieres ser cuando seas grande? You can just put that in Google and you'll find all kinds of articles with that question. ¿Cuántas veces hemos escuchado esta pregunta? How many times have we heard this question when we were little? And how many times we've asked the same question to kids, to boys and girls? What do you want to be when you're big? Okay, here's another one. Cuando cumpla 46 años. When I turn 46. He's not 46 yet, but when he does. When you come to Madrid. That's a YouTube video. I don't even know what that is, but I've just found it here. Here's some videos. What do you want to be when you're big? When you are mine. Oh, pretty bold there. When I return to Sevilla in the spring. Or it could be when she returns. We really can't tell. But cuando vuelva a Sevilla en primavera. When you get back, when you return. I hope that you and I keep on going as in love. There's another one, actually, another subjunctive. When I'm big, cuando sea grande. When you can. You can't yet, but tell me when you can. Cuando puedas. All right, some as soon as from the news. Tan pronto como sea posible. Here's another one. Lo importante es certificar el título tan pronto como sea posible. Y concentrarnos así en otras competiciones. So let's do some antes de que. This is a great movie, by the way. Antes de que muera, before I die. Live each moment, love each minute. So if I remember, it's been a long time since I've seen this, but I think she has a terminal illness. And the expression, antes de que te cases, mira lo que haces. So again, we've seen today that you only use the subjunctive if you are referring to a upcoming event, like I won't do anything until you call me, Let me know when you finish the project. Come to the party as soon as you can. Otherwise, just use the indicative, which just means non-subjunctive, whatever tense you need. But here's our adverbs: hasta que, cuando, tan pronto como, and we actually worked with a few others. Hopefully that was helpful to do that activity together. Hey, let's take a test. You know what? Let's do one more. It was raining when Alicia. Estaba lloviendo cuando Alicia salió de la casa. Jorge quiere ser arquitecta cuando se gradúe. It's a little harder because I'm not color coding or anything, but hopefully you can tell which is which. Cuando voy a la tienda, siempre gasto demasiado dinero. When I go to the store, I always spend too much money. That's an always gives it away. When my mother goes to the store, she's going to buy bread. Oh, when she goes to the store, she's going to buy bread, tells me I'm anticipating. Cuando mi madre vaya a la tienda. The happiest day of the week for me is when the groceries come home. When I get home, I'm going to eat. Cuando, now could you do this one yourself? An AR verb would become, you think it, llegue. Cuando llegue a casa, voy a comer. And we see that I don't have to worry about the change in subject for these. These is just right after the adverb of anticipation. Whatever comes after that adverb, the first verb. Hopefully that's helpful to you.